everyone, hello, welcome on in, hello. What is going on with my thing? Oh, I see why. Okay. So right now we are having a little issues with not issues. So I know I started late. I had lunch late, and let me move myself. There we go. Alright. And I thought that I had everything under control. I don't. I didn't. So yeah, today is the new update for Genshin, the 5.6 update. We have the event that's going on with Fontaine and Natlan characters, and we also have a big event for Mondstadt. I don't know what comes first, but we'll see. We have a new character from Fontaine. She is like the world renowned chef in over there. So there we go. All right. So once this gets fully downloaded, then we could explore what's been going on. Will we get all through Genshin? Probably not. Like I said, I don't know what event comes first, and that I'm not sure when I'll get back from my vacations. I might actually get back here early. Starting on that Wednesday. I don't know. I still have some stuff figuring out, so. Ew, what the heck? Hold on. I found a bug. Great, I'm getting like little ants. We're almost done. Almost done. I don't know what was going on. It was being a little weird today. Like, my microphone wasn't working for some reason, so I had to unplug it, plug it back in, and I don't know. Yeah, well, that was a little weird, but so all right. Let's just try to dive right in once this is done with. I tried, but I mean, like I said, I ate lunch late, and yeah. It's almost there. It's almost time, almost time, almost time. Alright, now it should be ready. I was like, when do we see the door? And get flashbang. I don't know. Yeah, also today I started early because I'm gonna have like a maybe 1 week, 1.5 week vacation. So I want you guys to like kind of catch up and whatever.
You know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up. We haven't been to Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
So I guess we're doing Mondstadt. Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down. Oh God, I don't. Look, I can't. I can't. Are these like skins for their skills for the cards? Is that what I'm getting at? Interesting. Very, very interesting. I do want to get Aoife. I do want to get him, but I don't think I have enough. No, I don't. That's okay. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do. No, I don't want picture. I want the... We'll probably do her... Oh, that just goes to the website. Okay. The new characters... story quests at a later date. Not sure when exactly, but yeah, we'll do hers at some point. Some point before the next update. That I can say. Alright, let's try to get Aoife. Okay, 4-star. Alright. Can we get Aoife? Yes!
Hey there, I'm Aoife, a Sorrow vet from the Flower Feather Clan. You've probably heard some things about me already, but it's all good. Whatever impression you have of me, I say let's wipe the slate clean and just get to know each other. Oh yeah, then there's this little dude. That's Kakuku, my assistant. Sorrow vet in a different sense of the word, I guess. I hope the two of you will get along.
Nice to meet you, bro.
That's cute. Nice. So now we got Aoife. He looks so unhappy there. So unhappy, bro. So unhappy, bro. Alright, let's go all the way down. Alright, I don't have enough for that, but that's fine. Oh, get a little gift. Let's switch that to... I don't know what he needs, but we'll just put, yeah, this one for now. I don't know. I don't know what he needs exactly, but... Alright. So, let's get into the... Mondstadt. Yes. raining and dark. Are you kidding me? I thought I could get over that, but no. Yeah? Spectre Wolf, hello.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh, it's beautiful! Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure. Oh, I'm so glad that they get back to Mondstadt.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh, it
Paimon.
feels so, like, welcoming
Hey,
here.
Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But
But...
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Oh.
Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Damn.
See that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Weird.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Everybody seems tired and down.
Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Well, alright. I guess someone that casts me. I'm flattered, Miss Donna. Donna. Although I do wonder whenever was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy wind bloom.
I intended to, my dear. But first, a question. If you don't mind, why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love. But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
I understand. I am flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You are exactly two people I've been trying to find. So Ray, Paimon, how have you been? Good. The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes. Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Don't tell me the whole cast is like this. Just only a few. Fine. I can't fast travel there? Fuck. I could do that, but only for one time. I could climb up the wall. Or, wait, I thought, no, it was, oh my god. These buildings, I can't remember anymore. Can't remember which one was what. It's been so long, okay? And I couldn't fast travel, so it's like, I don't know where it's at anymore.
Ah, Kaya. You
Oh,
found
thank
them.
God. Eula's voiced. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me. You have to know, captain of the second company, Shikron, I don't know how you pronounce, and captain of the third company. Wait, you have Note. One of them is named Note. Eula, captain of the fourth company, and me, of course, captain of the ninth company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Ray, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything okay? Yes. That would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There has been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up this case, I gathered some of the captains of the Knights of Euphonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
I can understand the confusion. You never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one of these quite some time. The Knights of Euphonius oversees most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridors just now, there was someone missing. Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Beto, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case. Oh goodness. And delivered a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Jane, it's time. Understood. Ray, Paimon, come with me. Okay. Please sit wherever you like. I only need that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Will it though? Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With the Grand Master Varga away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunriel, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, but okay, will oversee today's proceeding. Mr. Dahlia, yeah, that's how they pronounce it. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representative of our respective organizations, we will ensure that a just verdict in case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is captain of the investigation team, Albedo. What did you do? Certain aspects of the case are classified, and it remains uncertain whenever the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt, such as the trial is not open to the public. Identities of the victim are still unknown. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Hertha, The floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Oh shit. Beatrice. So is that what she was trying to tell Gwen earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Now I turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. Oh great, here we go. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of this text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
You getting a little cocky. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Herta, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences.
Well, that might be true, but usually there's a reason behind why they did what they did, so... And that's what is called a motive.
Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed. La, 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 la.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
D-Luke? Please tell the court what you saw. He's on voice too. Around... No. Hold on, let me get a voice here. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath the cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like a body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body beneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. D-Luke was doing in the area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. Is that not unusual for me to take walks in the area? I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, that's all. Master D-Luke is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to be framed Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains. Where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
A box? And this is... what looks like to be the teeth and the femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question if the burial was fresh. Why is all of this that remains of the body? I suppose Mr. Albedo is the one who can answer that. Careful now, Mr. D-Luke. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
Where can we get Noubliette? Like, he's the one that will be an excellent judge at this. So, that's your angle. Alchemy. A logic assessment, but we have a witness on our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did this discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present.
That's right. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and, I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meaning Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. It is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount.
Mr. Albedo.
I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be sustained. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There has been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence?
Oh no, that envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
Well, I think he's researching because of what his mom has been doing, who is basically like the creator and kind of fell within the abyss and whatever. I trust the investigators have confirmed to this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of pursuit of action. I don't know if I'm even saying that right anymore. And refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true. I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims, and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Then, are we in agreement? The evidence is conclusive on the charges of the murder and unlawful disposal of the human remains. The court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit a crime. Jeans stipulates at those unsatisfied with the verdict, with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to the headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hiding is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a genetic human creation through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following Rheindold's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would make him more suspicious. Well, it took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes. You're needed at Starsnatch Cliff. Starsniff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. It's time like the wind. It awaits for no one. Alright. Pretty sure I know who it is, but... I don't think we need to review it. Oh, we can finally do this, but we couldn't do it to the other one. They don't want us to be lazy like that. Wait, there was a thing here? No one told me about this? Well, it's been a while. Oh boy, look who it is. Ray Paimon, I could hear you arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry about it. Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to commit. What am I reading? Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting. And no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, yes.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Well, I knew from the moment Rheindold and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one could afford to slack off. The Christ Prince. I don't know how you say that. A perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help our friend. Do you know about the situation? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things has been happening in Mondstadt. Even though Wind Blooms should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for a song to tell, the world becomes naught and an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it might be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
I thought I heard something. Oh, just a comment. There is always unavoidable trials in life. At least, that's what Barbados would say. Aren't you, Barbados? What? A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the seven know better to tamper to fate. Sigh. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt would be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not gonna explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrow it for a few days. Anyways, this invention, with a little help, with a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out, and we can chat. Alright? That's not all I ask. No matter what comes, you have to win on your side.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Seriously? You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the Animal Archon.
Is that so? I wonder what our Barbados thinks about it. Perhaps you should pray him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
Okay then. interesting conversation, I guess. Wait, what the? Because sometimes I'm like, I thought he told us that he knew, but like, what? But what was that conversation about? Where do I go? Oh. What? Oh, I could go on the 3rd floor now?
This office is now off limits. You need Master Jean's permission to enter.
Oh. How am I supposed to know that? I never been up there. It was never like a thing until now. I know you must be all in shock, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This vision of events is hard for me to even accept as anyone. It's hard for me to accept as anyone. Yeah, I read that. But Varga once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what about Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Ray, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya, as a favor to ask. Like Jean said, after the verdict, we have some time to submit an appeal, and I will do the utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigating? Yes. It's almost time for you to get involved. But we're adventurers. We're not detectives. Well, as honorary members of the Knights of Favonius and Albedo's friends, Kaya and I already have an official involvement in this case. We need a pair of fresh eyes. I know this is against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him to the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I know you will get to the bottom of this, Ray. You never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then, you have done Mondstadt a great service all the time. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you are welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. Okay. Permission granted. Hey, yo, guard.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Alright.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright. I have some work on my own, so I'll leave it to you then. Good luck.
Right back at ya.
I just read around it. I don't care. Oh, we get the big detectives. Let's go.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
There's a book stacked. There's a stack of books on the desk. There's only one book. Mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S shapes or triangle symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Oh, I just need to move. Bruh. Oh, there's another book. Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you have seen before, but the contexts are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful and neat with a certain elegance. Is unformatively much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, "Petrifacture should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot." God, why is there so much reading for me? Upon use, the target will decay within the extremely short period of time. Turning into dust is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. What? Next to it lies a neatly written note. I swear I'm not dyslexic. I don't know what's going on with my brain sometimes. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insignificant to construct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means.
Hi, Iggy.
Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Did you have fun outside, Iggy? It's very nice out. A locked box sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggestions of an importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time, but now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and did not have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter interpreted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents. While my brain is not functioning, I don't know, shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. Elegant penmanship. The letter reads, "In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane information requires for human transmutation. The formation in the records likely originated from Conria arts of Chemia." Okay. But relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee if there's no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records with this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethnics, like aside, I am not convinced it is even possible to create a human who existence is identical to our own. The idea of the dynamic of a creator and a creation could exist within the same species calls for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. This doesn't sound like Albedo writing this. A signature below to an unfamiliar name, one that appears on the alchemy book nearby. You skim to preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. It's Rheindater, isn't it? The person is likely a friend of Albedo's academic circles, someone who owed Albedo a favor, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that? Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
It doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did it. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during trial. Alright, got nothing over there. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slips while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike at the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle. But to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Alright, let's go see.
It looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
Shut up. There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex. It seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. Okay. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Human circles. Whee! Festering is also a manifestation of rot. Okay. When festering forces is sufficient. Yes, that's the word. Amount of life energy collide. The two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in the alchemical experiment, the results for the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of project. I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggested that Dragonspine could be involved. Why is this thing floating in the air? How is it floating? What? What? If this has something to do with the creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond with the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. Okay. Odd. It's a hard pill to swallow, but the results of the joint investigation are correct. There could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
No, I don't wanna go and tell her just yet.
Oh, Venti's calling. Let's answer.
Hey, the investigation's go. How's the investigation going? Finding anything?
Oh, we found stuff, alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. Yeah, I said that. Didn't I? I don't know. If it gets out of hand, that he's one of Rhindaughter's creation, there'll be no separating from him from her past. As we both know, Rhindaughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness. And the evidence you just found, let's say perhaps you could convince, even though those are close to him, to his guilt. Perhaps you even... But the notes don't even sound like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? Yeah?
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, the fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective is one that has its values. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah? Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Alright, let's get out of here.
for agility.
Alright, we gotta hurry up before we die of frost.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Even this doesn't work? Bruh. You're fucking kidding me.
Nice and spicy.
Hold on, let me get these guys first.
Roll. The Temple of Wisdom.
Target acquired.
Bow before your king. The glory to which none can compare.
No mistake.
Especially not when it is food. Measly insects. Now you must pay. Everybody stand.
Alright, I just needed some warmth and they were in my way. Alright, where... No, that's not it. Down it.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from the surroundings. You remove the snow and find an unsizable hole beneath large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and surrounded markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this? Or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all of this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was the location marked on his notes? I don't know. Sounds a little tricky. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
My bad. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are still appreciated. Did you submit it? Yes. He asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the body. The minimal remains that they were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysts, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes a lot more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt the public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious. Hmm.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I will carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Miles. Think he knows something? I think he knows something. 1, 2. Miles Morales. Ron Miles, bro. Ron Miles. But welcome back, Zile. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that name right, but whatever. I've been calling you that for quite some time.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Hey, we were not just standing there and not, you know. Are you ready? And we'll head out. Okay. Alright, follow me. You're up early? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now convened for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean, I'm not saying that last name, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged. It's unchanged. And Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as the assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kyle speaks on behalf of defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselmann, male, 46 years old, marital status, single, occupation, hunter, consists with the conclusion in the last trial. His disappearance went unreported, likely due to the lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he is unstained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on his femur bone, Mr. DeLuke found, is consistent with that injury. Therefore, we have concluded that one of the victims in this case is Hanselmann. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place. If I hadn't
You're
wanted
just
to talk to him,
outright
I would
admitted to
never
everyone.
have been in
Damn.
that situation. Well,
He's like, yeah, I
didn't
don't
want to
give a
come
shit.
forward because I was scared.
I got other
But Miss
stuff
Hertha
to do.
convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. Bruh. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will not present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office? The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Well, we only gone to this one, so... This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description of the letter and the location of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. Do you realize that basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve.
Objection!
Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you have presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's just rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking on his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not. But patience comes at its own reward. it's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along to brush it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untowards? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be hinting something? Hinting something? Objection! If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me that one of the locations was marked on the map we found was Dragonspine, wasn't it? Ray, you were the one who uncovered the note, right? I'm assuming you visit the third location marked on the map as well. Yeah. Could you tell us what you found? You nod your head and gave the honest account to the scene that you found in Dragonspine. Nothing. It was a big hole with snow and rocks. That's, yeah. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything uncovered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
No. You're just assuming stuff. I need to think about this carrot. What clues am I missing? Oh, great, here we go. First location. The first location marked was near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo using alchemy to dig a hole to the body there. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found at the bushes nearby. Taken together, the evidence seemed to suggest that Albedo killed someone to conceal the body. The second location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. Was it though? Not, I don't know. It seemed more far away than Dawn Winery than whatever. Anyways. Where D-Luke saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. D-Luke described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to conclude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. D-Luke found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. I don't know if she was actually camping though. That sounds a little sussy. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I'll get my water here. Drink more. It's cute. It's only 100. Oh, whatever. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her religion. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get D-Luke's attention. That is true, but some of it, I don't know, sounded a little sus. Like, why were you camping near Dragonspot? Camping. I don't know. It was weird. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to come in contact with his body. That Albedo really used alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones. Does that mean he's the killer? Okay. Ooh. The third location marked is in Dragonspine. We only know this because we found a map that was hidden in a compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow big enough to hide a human body. There was also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or remains whatsoever. With this? Oh, that doesn't make... Okay. This? Ah. Albedo marked that these 3 locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug up each area certainly seems to be big enough, but unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why was that the case in the other? Why wasn't that the case in other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Most people know Albedo as an alchemist, alchemist and a captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he is the Cried Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that he did not commit a crime. It would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems to have his normal self. As his friend, I should have revealed the truth about his identity. That only makes things worse for him. Dragonspine has fragile climates and covered with snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of even a more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for some time, he still possesses a particular life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Okay, I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo. That wasn't in a story event, and we weren't the only ones. Could someone who looks exactly like him? I'm guessing Albedo has a plan. Should I help him out? Well, yeah. Well, what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was the only one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground into its original state. But that wasn't the case for the 3rd location. The hole was still there, and dirt was scattered around the perimeter. It looked like more than something has been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh, which suggests that Dragonspine's incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe that there's still reasonable doubt in this case. I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. What is that word?
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location. And the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Ray's point. If all I care about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Herta, and deny any connections to that map. But that's not what I intend to do. Oh. Okay. The map does belong to me. I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location. I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
Hold on. You're mistaken, Miss Herta. The story doesn't end there. That's what I thought. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine. Someone wanted to take advantage for the deserted nature of the region and eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead. I buried a body on the mountain, the 3rd location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
Well. No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you let me finish, Miss Herta, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happened to look exactly like you. Exactly like him? So I was right. It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see. It appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
And here we go again. As you can see, this is Herta, the logistic captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in the court. I have been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the east, Dvalin, defeated Durin in the battle and, with the help of Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not true end for him. His heart is still beating and grows even more versatile by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen, abandoned in Durin's stomach, and unsuccessfully irritation of the homunculus project.
Homunculus? Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging by your demeanor, the new arrival exactly seems more like the Herta I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant of the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Herta's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say, all spawns of Durin's life forces have that ability? A powerful life force. Appearance you can change at your will. Yet here you are standing formless, one, formless one, paralyzed to act because you're worried using the power could affect your accomplice.
Accomplice? Then Miles must be one of them.
There are others too. Most of them being under the influence of Durin's life forces have gathered here. And yet, the presence is what impeds from her taking action. Once you attempted to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You couldn't control it. Because in this network of living beings, you served at its core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Uh-oh. Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens. What's she doing all lay on the ground? I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events in the past few days were all part of the plan. Most of the members in our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Dilu picked up the situation long before today's proceedings. Damn! Indeed, follow me. Alright, whatever you say. Well then.
What? How are there monsters in the city?
There are always monsters in Dragonspine. An attack of emissions. What? I don't know what I'm reading. But fear not, we have been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurge of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it would only be a matter of time before they advanced onto Mondstadt. So we made preparations for the inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me to prove your assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
Top of the city hall. Okay.
Master Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could disguise as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution.
Oh, my divination revealed that there are also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters.
Yes, so for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure you figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
I'm poisoning basically everyone. Okay, this one seems closer, I guess. Huh. Oh, look who it is.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help! Please! Someone help me!
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, I thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed to plan. Agreed. Although, it's been a while since I dealt with something this big. It's gonna be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink with your troubles. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends whenever they're here or not. Monsters started surging from Dragonspine during the trial. He probably kind of figured out that he was also not really human, so I'm just saying. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the Korra coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of The power of evolution cannot underestimate, because considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witness saw was true. I did hit those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that few ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones have already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives. So when the behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who have attempted attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims, sometimes even left behind body parts to aid their transformation. All that remained of the first victim was the few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bones. Only the bodies Albedo destroyed were from the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained from the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it besides. I managed to gather some valuable data on the pursuitification. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Why do I gotta read everybody? Of the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger Whopperflower on Dragonspine, we were promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of the gardener. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2. In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopperflower into Subject 3. So it's another imposter on Dragonspine that day? Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body in the Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in the hole you found. But Durin is becoming more versatile by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monster dug up Subject 2's body and returned to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and the way of thinking. Ever since then, he created all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who have ventured into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person can be affected is harder to perceive.
You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who tried to break into the Knights of Elphonia's headquarters. Durin's power remains dormant within them until, finally, it surges through the surface and seizes control. That was our goal. Why do I gotta read? If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those underneath its influence would become violent, and thus we wouldn't know who was affected. Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people. That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help.
We will use the power of animal to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate the thing, right?
Yes. If there are little secrets other than people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it.
Are they all gonna fly in the air?
Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear, all units. What is your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support.
Why does it sound like they're on the radio?
Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's called walkie-talkies. What are you talking about? It's all thanks to Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city.
Actually, if you would face away from the current and whisper like this, no one could hear you. No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide. You don't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Alright.
Oops.
Shut up, Paimon. You know, I was a wandering bard calling for help.
Thank goodness Ray, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot.
Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check the status in other areas. Thanks, friends. May the Animal Archon protect you. I got things covered here. Oh. We're just doing this? Okay. It's like a drone view or some sort. Sigh. I don't like being in the middle of this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Get back! Whew, that was a close one. I suppose things are in order, Master D. Luke. I appreciate the help. No need. I didn't interfere to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together. But you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me. When did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Dilu, when do you think I get actually nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about that.
Retribution! This moment will be frozen. Verdict is... Don't get frostbite.
Bruh, are you serious?
Cool it. Time for retribution. This moment will be frozen in time.
Alright, get him, Kaya.
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out of here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control to the main road, meaning maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title as the cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Okay then. Shay, hello. Welcome on in. I've been doing okay. I'm all right. Nothing too big has happened, so. Well, keep up the good work. Let's go and check the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, I want to thank you for what you had said in the court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Ha, believe me, he had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it didn't feel right just to believe that someone who had helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and choosing to fight alongside. As for you, Kaya, good work. We'll see you soon. Of course. Stay safe. Alright, thanks for the hydrate. I kind of need it because of how many voices I have to do. Whee!
Let's dance.
Oh, come on. Really? Just right as he was about to be...
I'll protect us.
Sorry, you're not getting Paimon's voice. Paimon's already voiced.
Alright, you should be on your med.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back to the front lines, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we could give you a hand.
As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be unattended. There are others here who need to get back through the front lines, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara.
You can count on me. I don't really know how this all started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a very long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be.
Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara?
Oh, not at all. Did you need something?
I wanted to tell you that for the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting. So I need you to take care of yourself. Aw, she's worried about her little sister. That's cute. Oh yeah, hold on. Forgot I had to put those back up. Alright, a stretch.
How do you know?
Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine and our authority on that region. We should take his word.
Dragonspine, huh? So the city is going to be in danger?
Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people.
But then, who will you protect?
Don't worry. I'll look out for myself, I promise.
Please let them be okay out there.
Oh, she's not even voiced? I'm not your mom. Okay, whatever. Bye. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand?
Ah, of course, coming.
Damn, Noelle. I hope Bennett's gonna be okay with that person. You know how his luck is. They're here. Prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. I don't know how to voice them. It looks like we got 25 hilly trolls, 2 blazing axe Mirta trolls, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that.
You had your chance.
Hey! Get him!
Dividing cover fire. Leave the wounded to me.
No one escapes my sights!
Ah, crap. Are you fucking serious? Even that doesn't work.
That's cheating!
That is cheating.
Hey! Go, Baron Bunny! Right. Bet you can.
Let's keep going, team. Engaging.
I'll race you there! No escape!
Final warning. Now's our chance. Dividing cover fire.
Get him!
Alright.
All units are now in position.
Bertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Damn. Yeah, that's quite scary thought. I get chills just by thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you. And you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. Although it was all real at one point. I was completely shocked. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems you did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like you, alright? Like she's an impenetrable wall. That one. Like she's an impenetrable wall. That one. There we go. I don't know how I worded that. That was weird. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestions. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We would need to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. So that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during our mission. Of course, it would have taken that long just to get that resolved. No, because the imposter fell right in our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we need to spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha direct subordinates, and which was important because we needed to be creditable. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to disappear in the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous. God, I have to read everybody's shit. Than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, and which is more advanced way of thinking than subject to. So we had to wait long enough to convince that the fake Hertha that had our trust. Furthermore, we need to give her some time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. Are you sure you can say that out loud? She doesn't have this blessing, so she can't hear what we're saying about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It just had to be at the right moment. Or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monster's disguise, and my true identity got out. The public's trust in me would be gone. sorry about that. I had to get my dog. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. Are you the voice of Paimon? No, but Shay just loves to be that one person who thinks I am. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I thought that, and I have you to thank for that part. You wouldn't know, you probably didn't know about it, but you've been a part of the plan ever since the beginning. Me? And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know that I kept you in the dark, but I have a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it just to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair, independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. What's this? Something on my screen. Okay. I knew you would return to for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend to the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as the honorary knight would compel you to the start of your own investigation. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were a part of our plan from the start. I hope you didn't take offense at our decision to keep that away from you. And please, don't be too harsh on Albedo. He was doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honorary knight and Paimon will always be our friend, be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aww, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me, I guess. This is us who should be thanking you, honorary knight. Hell yeah.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Wait, Iggy. Not yet. Okay. Uh-oh.
It's you.
Good work, everyone. We're here to help. Well, at least Razor is also not voiced. I mean, he's voiced, but...
Feel this ancient power. Come into being.
Come a little closer.
Be good over there, dog.
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Witness my great undertaking.
Phew. This has been a while since I unleashed my lightning during the Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No. Once in a while, maybe. It sure felt good to let loose, though. Ah, my old professor. Oh, this is her. Ah, my old professor even wrote me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to empathize that I always treated others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit the teacher's ways. After all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spontamon school. So you see, this time I only use a gentle method of electrocution. So gentle, even Jean would have no reason to interfere.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits. Ah, well, it's good to move about every once in a while.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
Oh, well, it's good to move every once in a while. Okay. I thought they would say something more, but nope. I was wrong. What's going up on here, I guess? Well, that didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Was there... Oh, it's down here.
Is this really necessary?
Oh, it's Noelle.
Coming to be.
I must leave no stone unturned. Yeah.
Burst forth.
Steady as stone.
Get him, Noelle, get him.
Feel this ancient power.
As a dutiful maid would. Leave it all to me.
I'm not a cat. No, I'm not doing ASMR. I'm doing the voices.
Oh, thanks for your help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people.
But you are going it? What? What are you talking about? I'm not a cat, first of all. Get the name right. Wolf. It says it right in my name, Mystic Ray Wolf, not cat. Oh my god.
Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours.
No, they're not. It's like saying, our dogs cats. No, they're not. They're a completely different species. Yes? Well, you're blind. Alright. Okay, good. I don't have to voice
It's all
you.
my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon. What brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Plus, we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. So please don't beat yourself up. Klee is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright. Fighting first, conversation later. Hell yeah!
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Good grief! Crush!
Witness my great undertaking.
Shudder!
Freeze to bombs. I see what you mean. She was not to be underestimated.
Klee to the rescue!
Feel this ancient power.
Crush!
No, I'm not doing that. That doesn't work for this kind of game.
We won!
Great work, Klee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem. Just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right. So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful for if you escort back to her to the headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be an honor. Klee would do her best.
That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise?
Good. Our preparation was paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here.
Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit. Everyone's alright.
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back. Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you.
Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mr. I almost read that as Mr. Mission complete. Good. Good to have you back safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could have not happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. Will do. But I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Ray, Paimon? Should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to the quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can make some tea and some bakery fresh moon pies. Yes, yes. Hey everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were a few difficult moments along the way. Oh, well. Wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? No, apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding. But you're right. It was tough out there, though. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Isn't that your power? Whatever. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. Of course. I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things, as for some notable as well. Notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin must have been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotion allow him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child. Or her most perfect creation is obvious. He found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset aroused of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Damn. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks significant social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That feeling, that's the same feeling. It's close. Ah, Miss Phonia, are you here to make a report?
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were charged of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance. Right? I don't know. Reconnaissance? I think it's reconnaissance. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from this direction? And why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There were a change of plans. We sent out a message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I'd imagine you missed those as well, because of your under Durin's influence. You have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure a way to free you from his power soon. got dark a little bit. Alright, the others are looking at their phonia. Please tell me you got... Yes, phonia. Not like Fiona. It's not that. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is for more of a personal project. I've consulted Fenty about the possibility of calling tripartite conference. Ah, yes. That's a relative new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with it, with the idea a few years ago. I still remember it. He approached me about asking the lovely ladies of Hextradsil for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sister or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't call him exactly young, but he is not old either. He's the type to crack jokes every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the conference is gathering of 3 parties: the Hextradsil, the Animal Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights of Favonius and Church Favonius. So I guess this is Varka. People are saying this is Varka and this is probably Alice. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree with an important request. Namely, in that Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid into our nation. Yes, and now I have a request on my own. So I need a conference to convey once again. Fenty, if you would.
Of course. Right? Pass me the communication device. Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay. I think this should do it.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Grandmaster.
Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka. You're probably busy right now.
But considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Well, have fun with that. We could talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it in the great tree. That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Alice! Greetings. God, my voice cracked. Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favonia's investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexenseals.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented?
Unprecedented.
Something
I don't know.
even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone I need you to meet. Head of my office. He's waiting for you there. Okay, now I'm a little curious. The gardener?
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
Oh, it's Mini Durin.
Hey, that's loud. Mini Durin, what are you doing here?
Well, actually, I've been kind of helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Yeah, we met before. Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit, even though I couldn't play the games because all the people. I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great today.
What do you mean?
Not today, together. I'm going to replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm going to be the one who revives and brought into this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry. I should be more specific. Albedo said he could use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
So you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't need to know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have this as much as the right to his name. I don't want to lose to another Durin. It's not that simple, though. I know. Albedo talked to me about that. He said that Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive. Almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me and balanced out by the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what I would look like if I could still be me. Once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions aren't normal. Oh, they are normal. My bad. They're not normal at all. We're still trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning. And suppressing an evil dragon become human. Both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry. No one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah. I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me that he's the a synthetic human. I don't know. I can't say that word anymore. I don't know what. And if it works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of our kind in this world. Alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that would make us family?
Definitely. You've just gotta trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hakai know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming to here to fulfill this, duty. He didn't want to try to stop me. It just told me to get a move on that. He didn't just say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe even thinks it was a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but I'm excited too. Anyways, I'm really glad I got to be. I'm really glad I got to talk to you at this time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Alright. Whee! A location. Oh, like down here? What? Lower, but then higher. What? Oh, here. Alright, let's change the party here. They said Hydro and Cryo.
I'm here.
That'll work.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So, you no unspoken rules beware of. I don't wanna unwittingly. I don't want to unwittingly park myself down in some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the nights.
All right, never mind.
God, I can't read because there's so much to read for me.
So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get straight to the point. I intended to kill the evil Durin and Dragonspine.
Oh?
And also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexersil.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
That was my dryer. First would be the flesh of an immortal monster from the Mare Javari.
Interesting. What else?
The other is the portion of the embryo left by my mother.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's heart was continued to beat ever since that day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the dangers he opposed. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt, and at less than a half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire his consequences could be if he ever regains his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free from the dangers posed by his blood and a limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could be reawakened at any moment. So the solution is to kill him, then to resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will be no longer the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visit a fairy tale world called Simulanka. That is true. It was created by the mages from the Hexersil, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met a pure soul M had created and knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmission. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood of the original dragon's heart, and the monster remnants of the Marjavari of the embryo and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened fertility of the monster's remnants or maintenance will set off each other, keeping the constructed body in a perfect balance. A powerful side effect could be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. And in an alchemical setting, the results are nothing short of astonishing.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Do you see that's a bad thing?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
I understand. I figured something like that might happen. That's why I asked Ray to come along. Wait, I'm joining you this? I can think of no better partner for my endeavors.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Alice, as always loved by spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will
To let me make a formal request. Will you go through the trial with me? Let's go! Are you ready? Just about.
My dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Plonk. Here we go. It's certainly in keeping with the Hexenzirkel's modalities. We've been stricken down to chess piece size.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
Okay. What is it? Nothing. It's just Paimon's voice is louder than usual now that I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry. You'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Alice, I didn't realize you would be personal constructing the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
Coming to be. Moment of birth. Live.
Far too slow. Rattle feed. This is more like it.
Witness my great undertaking.
hurt a little.
Oops. I thought I was closer enough.
My sword.
Moment of birth.
Make yourselves at home.
Moment of birth.
I'm flying! You can't get me up here.
Feel this ancient power. Burst forth. Live. Witness my great undertaking. Live.
There is
Okay.
no escape.
I guess Dendro works.
Moment of birth.
Should present a united front.
Ring cutter.
This might hurt a little.
Illusion. Witness my great undertaking.
No, my sword.
Witness my great undertaking.
And phase 2. It's not that easy.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
This one doesn't seem
Well
like Alice.
done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Here we go. I mean, they kind of already spoiled us for this second phase. The update. You alright? I don't know what he said. Something like that. There they go. Become a human. Become robot looking.
The trial awaits.
Alright, here we go.
Only by turning the world on its head can we see
Barbalo.
its true colors. So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to fly. So, in the spirit of Rhinebetter, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbala, Trismegistus, to you. You're always so charming and delightful.
Use frozen what? I don't understand.
I do wish you'd take a leaf out of your book.
Witness my great undertaking. Moment of birth.
Change it!
This is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me.
Torn to oblivion.
Change it! She got obliterated.
My great undertaking. Burst forth.
ancient power.
Know my sword. Witness the power of good. Commit to memory.
A towering return to form!
Feel this ancient power.
Life goes on.
No! What?
Feel this ancient power.
I don't know what to do. I mean, they're kind of telling me what, but it's not giving me any, like, direct answers.
Make yourselves at home.
Feel this ancient
Great.
power. Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me.
Turn to oblivion.
I just hope it's not like the one boss where they're linked together, basically.
The final act is upon us.
Okay. So once one is gone, the other is gone. Okay. It's like not a revival kind of game. Jesus.
Yes, very well done.
We did it.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest. Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbara, love. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both.
Even though we had to sacrifice Chi-Chi.
You can come back now. Oh, oops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Poor Chi-Chi. She had to be the sacrifice.
You're finally back. Great job. You made it all look so easy.
I
Nice
mean,
to have you back.
yeah,
Sam.
no, it
Now
kind of got
time to
confusing,
relax
but
and switch
eh.
off. You've
Thank you. I guess it felt pretty good. Once you rest up, let me know when you're free. We'll head up to Dragonspine.
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed. The sooner we deal with Durin, the better. And looks like Venti is also gone. Fantastic. It's just like, yep, I'm out. Peace. Just like that.
Yep. This place is as freezing as ever. Hi, man.
Shut up. The one axed. We arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me. You two stay on guard. You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we are both artificial creations, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So we are keen, would be categorialized incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much as a matter of preference, rather than as things stand. I would say I belong to the class of humans, albeit a unique category therefore. But then again, the most forms of life in this world possesses some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans. In a way, yes. In that I am the only one of my kind. Are you? Well, not really, but I mean, kind of in a way. I mean, there's also like other quote-unquote artificial humans out there too that we have, like Skara, for example. He's one. The Shogun was one. So, I mean, there's plenty of others supposedly. But the sooner will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you that his intentions to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It is a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he can come to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood that in this broadest sense, this project deals with both parties, the past and the future, and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be in this is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are still nothing but grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life, which is the world cannot generate endogenously, is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life and retains a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whatever it's ought to be done or not, merely whenever I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is considered, with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge, is the path I walk. Of course, that is not to say that this is a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big, so I didn't need that much. Instead, I removed the core. The rest will soon lose The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's blood will finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The knights will keep an eye out on them. But as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on this citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. Alright, let's head back. Why is it still raining? Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure. We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt is a lively place during the Wind Food Festival. You should take a look around and pick some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on that day of. Alright, wait for 2 days. Hold on, let me go back to at least in daylight. 1, 2.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin. Let's go check it out. Fragility.
We'll just go up here.
Okay.
As you know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that try to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This someone who may not look as strong, like a strong warrior, but whose keen insight plays a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs will always have a way to lift people's spirits, and they were great support to all of us. Give us a round of applause to this year's Womb Star, Venti the Bard.
Wow! Amazing!
Huh? No way. You're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. I already got picked before, so don't put it on me. Alright. That doesn't mean I get to, does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out my speech for a song. everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance. So don't go away. Gather around and lend me your ears. I hereby exercise the prayer of formation. Oh shit. Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refined fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th wordly and 20th passage. Immerse soul, enter. Okay, I don't know what that last one was, but okay. Evaluate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. O sages, witness my grand endeavor. How was it? Not bad, right? Oh shit. He did it! He did it! Oh shit!
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly, I say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Wow! I graciously accepted the compliment. Just say wow. It is really rather remarkable what we can accomplish.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
As in his mom, my master and mother, Gold. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instructions to complete a task of monumental importance, to find the truth of this world. I had a theory about what she meant, and this time I was able to corroborate. Okay, I guess. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out for myself and the world around me, getting to know me, and get to know other people. Life is a space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So in our artificial human finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding a truth to the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that was the message she wanted to get across. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choice of a human has to make it in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events in the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence of my brother has enjoyed his far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face some constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, no shit. Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. Alright. I guess. There are all kinds of families in this world. Some are base their lives around family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose, we tend to the flower beds. And now I'm a gardener too. That's one way to put it. Master never showed her face. But if the Hector souls know what I've done, that means she knows as well as I gave her approval. Since devouring Nebris, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, I am truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Nefarious? What's Nefarious?
It's the name of the ruler of life. Alice told me about it not so long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is that Nabarus is not gone. Instead of Master's actions, she and Nabarus are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during all this ordeal, for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course, that's what friends are for.
Yep. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I'll get going.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Well, I couldn't keep you two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom. Now, could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? That's what I picked! The true feeling of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as gentle breeze. Perfect for the season. Give me your hand. Huh? The mages are very pleased at you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, and you deserve something in return as well. They want you to have this. It contains something entirely one of your kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who can make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs to you. Yeah, thanks. Well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to the great lengths during the whole ordeal. I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Really? I hold you to that. Yeah, I said that right. No going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. When no love remains from the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not be for the hero who could set all free. Though shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance and the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness worn and faded into the night as he stepped from the darkness into the light. Oh, thank God! Oh yeah, I think this is gonna do it for me. I've been reading for so long. I'm about done. So, and quit calling me a cat. It's like an insult. I'm a dog, not a cat. Yes, it is. Don't start arguing with me. Don't start arguing with me. I know you're trolling. Even a 2-year-old would know the difference between a dog and a cat. Yes, I know.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Ask a 2-year-old and tell me if they said the same thing. What? Just because they act like each other doesn't mean they look like each other.
Here's how I allocate my energy.
I can't with you. Actually... No. No, actually. Dana, Oh my goodness. It is only goodness. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Jesus. I'm tired. That's what I'm feeling. Oops, my bad. I've been feeling so exhausted with my voice. Alright, let's see what we got here. So since Aoife is now in, it's now here. Yeah, I would assume this was his anyways. Oh, and speaking of which, we'll put him out here by this egg that we got. He is the guard. My voice is tired, that's what. Am I really tired? More or less. I mean, I could stream for a little bit here. Make sure it ends like at maybe at 4 hours. I mean, I did stream later than I was supposed to, but oops.
If you ever...
Alright, we'll go talk to him. I don't have all of his building gifts yet. His companion gifts. Sup?
So, you have this whole pad all to yourself?
Kind of.
That's impressive. You could raise probably 10 Saurians here.
A little more than that, but okay. I would say. How do you like it here?
It's pretty great.
It's not Perry the Platypus.
There's fresh air, plenty of space, it's comfortable and cozy. Pets and Saurians would feel right at home here.
A true vet.
Everyone's got their own focus. I'm sure you could teach me a thing or two about adventuring, for instance. Or maybe how to save the world, nation by nation.
It is not Perry the Platypus. Do you see anything that could... First of all, Perry the Platypus is a spy. And he's just a platypus. This is a human who is also a vet. Two different things.
Of course. You helped Natlan in its hour of need. People like you deserve all the praise they can get.
Colors? I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, they go complement each other very well. But that's the only close thing they have. Fight me, I will fight you.
From what I see, you have a lot of experience surviving in the wild, and you have a real zest for life in general. In other words, you're exactly the kind of person I want to be friends with.
He doesn't even have an arch enemy called Doofusmerce. No. He doesn't even have that. What's your fighting game genre?
Well, people with a zest for life are usually proactive about keeping their homes clean and tidy.
Now you got me
confused.
confused.
They don't tend to cause trouble everywhere they go.
Isn't fighting game is already a genre itself?
It makes you much less of a liability, bro.
Sounds like... you have some friends as liabilities, right?
Was it that obvious?
I mean...
Oh well.
What is Aurora on that?
No, he's fine. He leads a pretty benign life. For one thing, you can't hope to grow good crops if you're too out of control. I was actually talking about my Saurian companions. I guess I also think of them as friends. A Saurian in a bad mood is a lot more dangerous than a human. They'll rampage through your home like a storm if you're not careful. If that happens, all you can do in the moment is try to get them to calm down. Settling the score, that has to wait for another time.
Alright, that's that. Yeah, and then you brought up, like, fighting games. Genres. Like, what? What are you talking about? Fighting game genres. Alright, let's see. I guess I could just end it. I mean, it is a little close to 4 hours, but... You meant to say settle. You said, okay, what's your fighting game genre? That's not what I'm talking about. Right now, there's no point in this. There's literally no point in this. I'm moving on. There's no point in arguing. Nope. Alright. I am ending stream. Thank you everybody for watching today's stream. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Mario Wonder. Super Mario Wonder. Yes. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next